Hello, welcome back. In this video, we're going to look at the comparison operators, which is number 4 on our list. And the comparison operators basically allow us to compare stuff to arrive at a particular conclusion. So we can compare two things and then return a value out of that comparison. So let's take a look at an example. So let me create a variable called x, which is 20, or let me just leave it at 2. Let y equal to 5. All right, so let's compare it using the double equal sign comparator. Yeah, double equal sign operator, sorry. So console dot log x double equal y. When we save and refresh, now it tells us it is false, which is actually true because s is not equal to y, 2 is not equal to 5. And mind you, comparing stuff like this using this single equal sign is a very common mistake people make. So don't do this. This will simply assign the value x to the value of y to the x variable. So that's it. And when we save, refresh, we still have the value false. But when we check for, let's change the value of y to 2 now and see our answer here. So now it tells us that it is true because 2 is equal to 2. The value of y is 2 and the value of s is also 2. All right, next on the list is the triple equal sign. This is a triple equal sign. So my font is basically changing it to that these flat lines here. So the triple equal sign does basically the same thing as the double equal sign, but in a much more advanced way, and it has extra features to it. So let's take a look at an example here. So let me log this value in the console, and let's say s triple equals y. Now in the case of the double equal sign, we know that this is false. So let me quickly recap on that. Let's save and refresh. We see that the value here is false. But when we use the triple equal sign, the value is still false again after refreshing our browser here. Now, how is this double equal sign, this triple equal sign different from the double equal sign? So let's say we have this value here. Let's change this y to 2 and make it a string. So let's make it a string 2 like this. Now, when we refresh our browser here, we can see that the value is false. But in the case of the double equal sign, let's refresh the browser again. Now, the double equal sign tells us that it is true. Okay, so this is what is happening here. JavaScript is basically converting either one of these variables to the data type of the other in the case of the double equal sign. And this phenomenon is known as the type coercion. So let me type it here. So this is called the type coercion in JavaScript, right? So type coercion in JavaScript is basically converting the data type of one of the variables to the data type of the other to allow an operation happen. So if we change this to the triple equal sign, this will basically tell us that it is false. So this is strictly comparing both the value of the variables and their data type. So yeah, that's what the triple equal sign is for. And when we change this value to 5, of course, this is going to be false. All right, the next one here is this. Let me separate it. So the exclamation mark with the equal sign, which is basically saying not equal to. So when we put it here like this, this is pronounced not equal to. So it's saying x is not equal to y, which is actually true. So let's see the result in the console. Boom, that's it. So the value is true. The fourth one here is the strictly not equal to, and we can already guess what that does. So it compares it in both data type and the value of the variables that we are trying to compare. So when we change this to let's say 2 and make it a string like this, so let's still use this not equal to, and let's see what the value will be. So refresh. Now it says it is false because it is coercing the value of one to the other, either x to y, the data type of the value of one to the other one. So of y to the data type of x. So and then it compares and say, okay, I'm still seeing 2. So both of them have value 2. So it is true. You can't tell me that it is not equal to y. But in the case of the double equal, so this is double equal sign with the logical not operator and the followed by the two, double equals, the two equal signs. So that's what gives us these ones here. Let me come back here. Okay, so it says strictly not equal to y, and when we save and refresh our browser, the answer is true because it is not equal to y. All right, the next ones on our list are basically related and pretty much self-explanatory. So this is the superior to sign. This is the inferior, superior or equal, or inferior or equal to. So let me change this to the superior sign, and when we refresh our browser, it says it's false because x is equal to 2 and y is also equal to 2. When we change the value of y to 4, we refresh our browser, this is false because 2 is not bigger than 4. Okay, so the next ones here. Okay, so if we change this to the less than equal and we refresh our browser, this will give us true. Now these two here are, so this is how you type them, and be careful not to type them the wrong way. So you put the superior sign or the inferior sign followed by the equal sign, and not the equal sign then the superior sign, because this here is a different thing in JavaScript. It doesn't compare, but this symbol here or this sign here is used for something else, which you'll see later in our course. So you put the superior sign and then the equal followed by the equal sign. When you refresh the browser, this will tell you that it is false because x is not superior or equal to y, right? And when you change the sign to the inferior or equal to and save, refresh, it is true because x is actually smaller than y, so it is inferior or equal to y. Now, one thing to be mindful of is that these operators here, they actually do lose comparison on these variables here. So they don't compare them with both their data types and the values. So they just compare the values and coerce the data type of one to the other. So if I change this into a string and refresh my browser, save and refresh my browser, we'll still get this true value here. Refresh, which is still true, right? So that's it for the superiors and all these following signs here.